this is a very good moment. This is a very good moment, for all of Source is right here and present in this current reality, in this present moment. You are the creator of your reality. Do you like knowing that? Do you like being the creator of your reality? Or does it make you feel a little uneasy because maybe you think you don't have the control to control your reality? Maybe you're creating your reality, but you don't know what you're creating, how it's happening. Maybe you don't understand the law of attraction. This is why we are here, to help you understand the laws of this universe. For when you understand the laws of the universe, you will really truly understand that there is no coincidence. What you are offering, you are receiving. And so it is not a question when it comes to your long list of desires. It's never a question of, are you meant for it? Because if life caused you to ask for it, then the universe can supply it. The universe can make it, arrange it, and make it all happen. The question this gathering would like to offer to you, to maybe that you could ponder or answer, is, where are you in the equation? Are you worried about your creation, or are you too busy wondering whether or not it's meant to be? Because if you ask for it, it is meant to be. And all that's required of you to let it in is to let it in. And that means you have to realize it. Can you realize your manifestation? Can you realize your billions of dollars? Can you realize it? Because that's what everything is about anyways. It's your ability to realize what's already there. Because there is this vibrational reality where everything that you want is literally being held for you. It's being held just for you, and no one else has a key but you. And the thing about this vibrational reality is that you are the one that has to go into that vibrational reality, and you have to be there to translate the vibration into a tangible manifestation. For that is what's going on at all levels of your being. You're translators. You are natural born translators. And so in your translation, sometimes you get so involved with the translation that you don't understand that there's actually vibration underlying everything. So in other words, is that this moment right here is a manifestation, because you can hear this voice, you can see the video, you can hold your phone or whatever device you're listening. And it's very interesting because this manifestation is truly nothing without an emotion. For it is your emotion that gives meaning to this manifestation. So if the emotion is good or bad, that's how you determine whether or not this manifestation is good or it's bad. And it's very interesting because in your plight, or in your desire, or in your conquest to find every subject and round every subject up into the world and divide them into right and wrong, and to decide whether this person is doing the right or wrong thing, you truly get so jumbled, because you begin to activate so many unwanted things that truly don't mess your vibration, but thwart your connection to source. It thwarts your connection to source. It truly does, because in all of your contemplation about what is right or wrong, you are losing your connection to source, in the name of being right, in the name of being even, in the name of being relatable, in the name of being realistic. You see, being realistic is truly, we wouldn't say the downfall because that's just dramatic, but we would say that it's truly the thing that hinders your ability to realize what's already in your vibrational reality. So your billions of dollars are already ready for you, and in fact, they're not only ready for you, they're calling you towards it. But here's the thing, you cannot hear the signal because you're over here complaining and disappointed about where you are now, whether that's a state of poverty or a state of a lack of any sort of funds, which is poverty basically. And so it's very interesting because the call of source is always being emitted, but if you're not the one who's able to hear it, then you truly can't move past where you are now. And so this is all about understanding that where you are is where you are. You cannot physically be anywhere different. You are where you are. So you have to completely separate the vibration and the emotion, the manifestation that you're experiencing right now, and the emotion. You have to separate the two, because often everyone is having their emotional response into their emotional response in reaction to, or in observation to, the manifestation. And you have to separate the two, because it's truly when you are able to separate the two, which means even if you are in poverty right now, the manifestation doesn't worry you, because now your manifestation and emotions are not so connected. So now you can separate the emotion. So now when you look at poverty, you don't feel, maybe you do feel worried, but now when you feel worried, you can talk yourself down and soothe your vibration, so that now you're entering into an area of vibration of hope. And that's the thing. it's so interesting because this truly is a vibrational world. And yes, you should count how many times we say interesting, because for everything is so interesting. To see this world through physical eyes and to be able to touch it and to be able to reason things into reasonable conclusions is truly a once in a lifetime experience. And it's truly something that we all came here for. And so remember how we were talking about in your conquest or in your desire to be right or wrong? There is no right or wrong, because what's right or wrong, the truth is always perceptible. It's always up to your perception. So you should just remove, instead of trying to figure out who's right and who's wrong, just get into the vortex. Just get into the vortex, and there's only two piles that need to be ever divided, that everyone can be categorized in. It's either you are under the influence of source or under the influence of something else. And there's truly no exception to that rule. Because you're so much more closer to your desires than you think, because all you have to do is realize it, and everything is really ready for you to realize it. But doesn't that make sense? Does that make sense? Because think about the desires that you've been wanting, that you feel like are outstanding. How do you feel about them? And I'm not saying how do you feel about them now. How do you feel about them most of the time? So when you're just going to bed or when you're waking up, how do you feel about those desires? Because it's truly your practice beliefs, which is just a thought that you think a lot or practice a lot. It's truly those beliefs that hinder your vibrations, who hinder your ability to realize your billions and trillions and all of your empires and everything, because that's all it is. You're just thwarting the connection, because this is all a game of connection, matching signals, and then receiving what's on the signal and translating what's on that signal. It's all about that. So all you really have to do in a nutshell is understand that you're basically on your way there, and the only way that you can really stop yourself from going over there is best understandable by negative emotion. So when you're in negative emotion, boom, now you're doing something that's stopping your connection. And here's the thing: a lot of your worries and a lot of your contemplations and a lot of your conclusions are very, very based in reality. That's the thing. We're not saying that they're not real. We're not saying that you've experienced that. We're just saying that if you want something different, then you have to focus differently. And what we're saying is that you have so much help. You have literally the help of infinite intelligence at your fingertips, so much that when you look at the absence of what you want, you feel negative emotion. And so it's all for the joy of the journey anyways. You should just realize that everything's for fun anyways, and then there's truly nothing serious going on, because everyone can have whatever they want. You're the creator of your reality. If you want it, you can have it, and you're the only one who can deny yourself from it. But you will say, oh, but this person and this person. But all of these are things that you're introducing into your vibration that's thwarting your connection, because the connection is always there. But can you sustain it? Can you sustain your matching ability to that signal, or do you fall right out? Because think about that. You think about the presence of what you want, you think about how excited you are, but then you think about the fact that it's not here. Oh, but it would be fun, but it's not here. And so listen to how you talk to yourself. Listen to your conversation, because now is the time to receive. Because the more you ask, the more stronger your desires get, and the more it hurts when you don't go with the flow. So you have to go with the flow, because the flow will take you. But in order to go with the flow, you have to be okay with where you are, because you can't be anywhere else. You can't stand where you are right now and try to improve where you are right now, because in your ability, or in your trying too hard to improve where you are right now, you just add more resistance, because you're saying, I'm unhappy with where I am, and that dissatisfaction about where you are, and maybe it's disappointment too, it truly is what's slowing everything down, because everything that you want is on the way. And it's so easy from a standpoint of non-physical energy, because non-physical energy already knows how everything you want is going to line up. But in your lack of knowledge about where everything is coming from, you introduce resistance into the equation. Like, for example, you ask yourself, when is it going to come? When can I expect it? It's been so long. When should I have it? It's that type of conversation, which is so rational. That's the thing. It's rational, but it doesn't feel good. It's that conversation that slows everything down. So watch when you're having that conversation. Realize that you're the creator. You can have anything that you want, because you're the one who put yourself into this body. You can have whatever you want. So enact that job description that enticed you to be in this physical body. Enact that ability to focus. And your ability to focus is only thwarted by looking around at where you are, because where you are is so real. It's so realistic. It's so enamoring. But where you are is a manifestation, but your emotion doesn't have to be about the manifestation now. Your emotion can be a separate entity, so that when you're in this emotional state, not everything that you want can come to you, because everything that you want is ready for you. It's not about time. Timing is irrelevant in a vibrational world. It's just about being ready. And being ready equals being happy. Just be ready for your desire. Be satisfied in the idea of it.